Morning. So, I guess we'll just start a little segment called Encouragement in Less Than 10 Minutes, okay? Because everybody needs some, right? Let's be honest. So this morning, we're going to talk about the roller coaster of life, okay? Everybody's on one. Everybody's been on one. And if you haven't, good for you, because you are one in a few. And I understand that some people, the roller coaster might be, do I buy the pink dress or the blue one? Or, how does this look on me? Or should I get this purse that I really don't need? Or this pair of shoes that I just must have? I mean, let's face it, some people, you are blessed and you just were born into the right household, okay? Now, for the rest of us, people like me, not to say that I was not born into the right family, because you know what? We're all destined to be who we are and, live the life that we do, okay? So I thank God for my family. I thank God for, the family that I was born into and the bloodline and, all that good stuff. But the lovely thing of life is the roller coaster that we all embark on. It's a journey. Life is a journey. And, how we handle that journey is going to determine what kind of journey we end up on. My husband said to me recently, he's like, we're waiting for a turnaround in life. And it's like, why are we always waiting for a turnaround? It's like, we go up and then we go down. And we go up and then we go down. And, and then you got all the loop-de-loops in between. And life is not easy right now for our household. Stress levels are extremely high. Wondering what's going to happen, what's going to take place so that our lives don't collapse into ruin and desolation, because everything is just falling apart. It's like, everything falls apart. And it's like, how are we going to get out of this hole together? But we're just trusting God each and every day to bring us out and bring us through. And I have to say, though, He always does have a way of coming around and turning things around and moving in ways that we didn't see coming or didn't see happening, or oh my God, what are we going to do? And then all of a sudden, He fixes it, and things just take place and change, and for the better. I'll share this, a couple years ago, and when I say a couple, it doesn't necessarily mean two, for those that are, politically correct and grammatically correct and all that stuff. But it was in 2011, okay, so, it's 7 years ago, a couple years ago, I felt like, things were just in a really tough place, for my marriage and my family, and alcohol was a problem, and not for me necessarily, it just was wreaking havoc on our household, having when one of you come from a home that has alcoholism in it. You have to break the cycle. I mean, it's up to you to fix that and change that. Well, alcoholism had come into our home, and I was at the end of myself, and I was just at the end of things. And I prayed a prayer, and I said, God, I need you to fix this. I need you to move, and I need you to fix this. And Lord, I pray that you just you break my husband to fix him. You just break him to fix him, Lord, because that's the only way that this marriage is going to make it. And 24 hours later, and on this, there's no exaggeration about this whatsoever. It was the very next night. He went outside to go clean up, the dog mess, and it was the last day of February, and he slipped and fell in the backyard, and he broke his leg in 3 places by the ankle joint, and the stress of the breaks that took place by the ankle caused so much stress and pressure that the tibia bone broke by the knee. And, had to go to emergency, and, he was laid off, so, we were 2 weeks from our insurance had lapsed. It lapsed 2 weeks prior to this, and then this happened. So, of course, it's just the way it works out. And we had to go and have the surgeon come and look at it, and, had to go back for x-rays and figure out, when the surgery date was going to be scheduled for. And the surgeon called us in and looked at the x-ray reports, and even though it was broken, it was, usually when a break happens, the bone, it breaks off, and they have to put pins and plates in to make it, straight. And when it broke, it was perfectly aligned. So in all 3 places that the leg broke, it stayed perfectly in line. And the surgeon said, I couldn't get that straighter if I tried. That's as straight as it's going to get, even if I went in and put plates and screws and all that stuff. It was perfectly straight. And, we have to be very careful what we pray for, because when we pray, God will answer your prayers. It may not always be the way you want Him to answer your prayers, but He will. And sure enough, He broke in order to fix. And you knew that God's hand was upon it because of the way that it broke, and it stayed perfectly in line, perfectly in line. So, in fast forwarding now, and things took place, and, maybe I'll do another video clip and talk about, the health related matters and how, just what do we do now, God? I had to make the very difficult decision a year ago, January 1st, or the end of December, a year ago, and it was to not work anymore, because my spine has decided that, it just wants to be in pain all the time, no matter what. And the more I, move or sit too long at a computer, and when I say too long, it's, 10 minutes, just I'm in pain all the time. And, how you take things, how you handle things is going to define who you are. I could, be in the pain and agony that I'm in, and pain that I'm in right even at this very moment. And I can let it define me, and I can shut down, and I can, isolate myself.